Tonight, he's drunk. And
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Doug Stanhope Podcast. This is the SoberOctober light version. This is our first SoberOctober update, our first podcast since the two legendary. If you didn't hear the last two podcasts, do you know the number on those podcasts? Was it
I think it's 278 and 279.
All right. So James Inman was the first one, and the part two was Mishka Never Saw It Coming, and arguably two of the best podcasts we've ever done. A lot of trickery and skullduggery went into that work, and I think it played out perfectly. I still have, that was back in my drinking days, Ggreg Chaille. It's just me and Ggreg Chaille here on the podcast today, which is plenty of people to deal with for me.
I stopped last week after I got shit-faced at the Comedy Store with the Bretzels.
So you're sober-Octobering as well?
Cold turkey. Not that big for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
wasn't
do this
drinking,
anyway.
I was drinking.
You just do sober Chaille days.
Got stuff to do, man. It's just the way it goes.
You got shit tanked?
Yeah.
Okay,
at the Comedy Store with the Bretzels and Tracey and I, we did the haunted house thing last week in Universal and Not Scary Farm and Reign of Terror in Thousand Oaks. Our buddy out there, that fucking thing is amazing.
If you don't recall, Chaille's a haunted house enthusiast. He's in the industry with Ghost Ride Productions. They make haunted house shit, and Chaille does his own haunted house right here in Bisbee, Arizona.
That's part of what's working by not drinking.
Oh,
I can get up in the morning and start working on stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I just want to go back to, because I still have, from my drinking days back in the Inman and Mishka podcast era, I still have marks, my fingernails. I went out today and had to buy new nail polish and nail polish remover, because I wasn't against the nail polish so much that I woke up with. It was the colors. The color scheme. It's like a coral or something. It's gross.
Can you hold them up there? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Well, we all woke up with these. One of the days of the many days.
Mine are fine.
You are a responsible person.
I do a French manicure.
Well, yeah, we all woke up with these, and Shank came over. He's like, yeah, I went home, and I guess someone had done his hair in like a man bun, and so he got home after sleeping off as much as he could the alcohol, and he's got those new grandkids at his house, and he walks in, and his hair's been either, do you know what? French braided,
oh.
and his nails are done, and the kids are all asking him a lot of questions, and so he came back. He goes, I don't remember this. Like, everyone puts their hands up. We all have our nails painted weird colors, and he goes, oh, great, I feel like I'm in a gang, and that gang is spelled G-A-Y-N-G. But yeah, there's a lot of sleeper memories. Now that I'm sober, I can look back and laugh. But I realized, those two podcasts over that many days, I was a little out of control. The best memory is Inman was still here. It was the last night he was here, and he had just been shouting for Adderall, like, where's my Adderall? Like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon, where's my Hassenpfeffer? Cook, bring me Hassenpfeffer. You remember that one?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. So he's just demanding Adderall from everyone. And James, I don't know how to tell you that there is no more Adderall here. Right? We gave you a couple when you were on the podcast, and that was it. No, bullshit. You can get Adderall. Come on, you're Doug Stanhope. Like, James, I'd give you Adderall just to shut you up. I don't know why you just keep hounding. If I don't get Adderall, I'm going to bed. And then he starts to march halfway to the little house, like, and then turns around. I'm really going to do it. No one's going to fight you to keep you awake. So he did. He went and laid down finally.
No, he didn't.
Well, at one point he was asleep in there. Mm-hmm. And now I'm up on the patio, but I see people coming in and out of the little house to use the bathroom. And I go, hey, and I see Becker coming out. And I go, Becker, come up here. And he goes, what? I go, just tell people in the FunHouse to use the bathroom in the main house because Inman's asleep in the little house and we don't want to wake the sleeping monster. And Becker turns ashen and sprints away from me. Becker had gone into the little house, which is pitch dark except for the bathroom at the other end. He went in the little house and told Becky she could take a nap in there. In the pitch black, she put him into bed with put his wife into bed with a sleeping Inman. I go, hey, tell people not to use that. Inman's sleeping in there. What? Ah! Came racing out with Becky like he pulled her out of a burning house. Fucking Gump almost murdered himself.
What?
What do you?
I know the suicide thing, but
no, accidentally. Like he was so drunk,
that's manslaughter, right?
He came out of either the pink room or the bathroom and took a spill. Like I've moved all of the furniture out because those are the rooms that are being remodeled on that side of the house. So I pulled all the shit out. So there's a TV running perpendicular on a stand to where he fell. Someone was trying to get him onto the couch and he has to get around this. He went right into the corner of his TV with his lip, fell over sideways with the TV coming down, but he landed on the couch with the flat screen on top of him unscathed.
Like he's kissing the screen.
Yeah,
that was me. It was.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, he was coming out to get a snot rag to blow his nose, and he just made he started in the right direction and then just stumbled around. Serpentine over to the couch, grabbed the TV, and then just fell over with it. But he held on to it. And
he woke up the next day with the cut lip. Had no idea how he got it till Tracey filled him in.
That's what happened. We were talking. You and I were talking, Doug, and he didn't know how he had cut his lip. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, Gump fell with the TV. And he looked up from his phone and goes, oh, that's how I got this. And he had a bump on his face.
He was fucking with Inman really hard. It's like, because Inman was just the entire party. Inman's just one after another, stumbling up with his hands in his pockets. Well, you guys get Adderall. You guys get Adderall. And Gump's going, I get mine off Amazon. Really? How do you get it off Amazon? You just order off. I always get my Adderall off Amazon. He's so believable.
You guys were up here, and I was down at the house, and I just was not into it. And I was just started a movie. A lot of horror movies on right now. You're getting into it. 11 o'clock. There's a fucking knock at my front door. I go, who the? First of all, everyone just walks by and goes up to here where everything's happening up here. It's fucking Inman asking me for Adderall. That's what I'm saying. He didn't stay down long because he got up and then he was asking me. And now we're arguing on my front porch like a scene from Cops, right? And I'm going, there's no Adderall, James. I don't know what you want from me. I go, why don't you get a prescription? He goes, I could get it if I wanted. And I'm like, then you do it, and then I'll go knock on your fucking door. All right? Because I don't know what you're bothering me for.
And I had made bets with people while he was here for the course of days he was here. I go, I guarantee you, he will not say thank you for this whole thing. We flew him out first class, paid for all his shit. He'll never say thank you. And that morning after he was knocking at your door, he had a 6 a.m. pickup.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny had to drive him to the airport. And on the way to the airport, I woke up to a series of text messages from Inman that morning where I go, oh, 5 messages from James Inman. I guess I'm wrong. He said thank you. No, he complained repeatedly, text after text, about the lack of Adderall in this town, and this is bullshit, and I fucking hate you, and fuck this, and next time I come, I'm bringing my own Adderall, so fuck you, because we're dicks.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't. I'm bringing my own Adderall.
We didn't handle every detail.
Yeah, didn't read the rider.
It was one of those things where we left right away after that weekend, and then we went out to Hollywood, and he was contacting me about the link was wrong that I had on the podcast that went up and all this. So I didn't take a computer with me or anything. I didn't even take an iPad because I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go out and have fun out in LA. And I'm like, James, I can't change any of these links right now. I don't have any of my passwords. I don't even have a computer. And he was really nice. And I thought, what? This is really weird because I'm not used to that from him. He's like, thanks a lot, man. You guys that was really cool. You know, you guys putting the links up and everything like that. But if you could just put this one up instead. I'm like, what have you done with James Inman?
Well, I did, after he sent me all those text messages, I just let it sit for a day or two. And then at one point I just texted him as though I had not gotten any of those text messages. I gave him a glowing thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, James, I just wanted to say thanks for coming out here and doing a great podcast. It's great to have you, and blah, blah, blah. Just a glowing thank you to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and a few hours later, oh, I don't know if you got my email. I sent you an email. He wrote up this whole, vomitous thank you back.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Doug.
Yeah, well, I was baiting him to say thank you. I'll say it first then. But the one time where it was really awkward was when we have a neighbor, Mr. Complaints. Mr. complains a lot. He doesn't complain to the police. He complains to us. And I think he does it because he wants to drink our beer. I think he's a secret drinker and he's fooling no one. He's kin to an old neighbor that we like, and he's kin that's lived here for a few years. And so, yeah, I think he thinks he's fooling his dad that he doesn't drink, but he's absolutely a fucking roomy-eyed rummy. And he comes over and, the flashing lights, they bother my father. Do you think you could take those down? And is that a beer?
To be fair, the minute he's asked for us to do anything, I have either contacted Gump or I've done it myself.
Very important to keep good neighbors.
It's totally important, and you were respectful of that. But the beer thing, I didn't know that was going on.
So, he came over during one of these parties, and the noise, it wasn't music or anything, but a lot of people talking on a quiet street, and so he came over, and I was here in the FunHouse, but people out there, I guess he went out and he picked up Becky's beer and just started drinking it. She's like, no, give me that. And he's like, I was looking for Doug. And so they came and got me.
He's doing a Spalding from Caddyshack?
Yeah, pretty much. And he's just, especially when he's, I don't know what he's on or hammered. He just seems hammered to me. But with the cakey white stuff in the corner of the mouth and the bleeding eyes. He's probably, 45, but a rough 40, I'm guessing.
What do you mean by bleeding eyes?
Like the wet, like bloodshot, but like it's actually about to leak out. Yeah, that kind of bleeding eyes.
All right.
And he's just, I know, I probably complain a lot, but yeah, it's kind of loud. Like, I have to ask him at first, are you upset I'm here having one of your beers? Like, no, is there a problem with the noise? He goes, it's a little loud. He's very passive aggressive and very awkward. And it's not the first time we've dealt with him, but so I'm trying to talk to him, and he's like, I'm complaining, but I'm not complaining. And then he's trying to tell me, you don't have to work anymore. I do. I have to get up in the morning. At one point, I said I'm retired, flippantly, like jokingly. And he keeps bringing it up. Well, you're retired because you don't have to work, but I'm just trying to get on my feet, and some of us have to get up. I saw some of your comedy. I don't get it. I don't think it's funny, but like, what? Who asked you? All right, well, fucking turn the down. So as I'm talking to him, and he thinks that, yeah, everyone probably is here hates me because I complain. I go, no one's even listening to you. And that's when Inman comes up and starts barking for Adderall. And I'm like, oh my God, and he's barking. I go, Inman, this is my neighbor. Can you just please leave me alone? Give me a minute. He goes, why? Why, is he a cop or something? And then, so then the neighbor guy, he's all fucking, he's as bad as Inman. Going, oh, okay, I guess everyone's gonna make fun of me now. I go, no, we're making fun of him. And I'm between two Inmans now, like between two ferns.
It's like dueling banjos.
Yeah. And they both think I'm fucking with them. Like, no, just good God. We had Officer Bob Friendly here one of the nights. And I'll call him the judge, because for his position, he might as well be a judge. He's in a position like that. These are respectable people. We walk both sides of the fucking railroad tracks here, all right? Derek is here. Derek is shit-faced, which he has been since him and Bree have fallen apart as a couple. And he starts crying at Officer Bob Friendly, who's fielded a lot of calls over there in the past for domestics.
Really crying? Like,
yeah,
tears?
He came over and started crying to Officer Bob Friendly for all the times that Bob Friendly was called to the house and why it was never his fault. And like, this is 7:30 at night. It's basically a cocktail mixer with the fucking upper crust of the people that you want to be on the. I mean, it's fun to watch Chad Shank talking to the fucking cop in uniform and the judge. Yeah. And it's all going swimmingly. And then Derek comes in, tears are falling down. Fucking. I give Kenny the high sign. Kenny's going to physically remove Derek from the building. Sorry about that. Can I get you a coffee or a cocktail,
Kenny's
Your
the
Honor?
bouncer?
Yeah. Yeah, he was staying up there while she was out of town, so they only had to walk him a couple of blocks to get him in a safe crying zone.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's all right. Let's take a break. Unless, I don't know. I have notes here from some of the shit, but yeah, as time has gone on. Oh yeah, well, I did that. This is what I after with the neighbor. I did the next day. I sent them a box of Omaha steaks, and I go, like, what sponsor do we have that we could send him some? Nothing that we have right now. I'm not going to send him fucking Dollar Shave Club or something.
Yeah.
That doesn't end. So I sent him Omaha steaks. And right after I ordered a box of Omaha steaks to him and his dad, I get a text message. It's just like the most backhanded, like, but insulting text messages from him. Because we swapped numbers. And, oh, that's right. Yeah, we swapped numbers when he came to complain. And the next day, right as I order him a box of Omaha steaks with a note, sorry for the noise. You've been great neighbors for a lot of years, blah, blah, blah. Something, smiley face. Yeah. And he calls me, and I said,
like right away?
Yeah, because we had swapped numbers the night before. He calls.
Oh, so it's the next day that he called you.
Yeah, it's the next day, the next evening, and I said, "Hey, I'm watching I'm watching baseball in the FunHouse all by myself, so I know this can't be a noise complaint." And he said, "All right, who is this?" He goes, "Doug Stanhope, your neighbor." And he goes, "Oh, okay, I'll put this number in my phone." And then later on, I get text messages like kind of telling me what a shitty neighbor I am. You should meet Bruce and you should meet, you're acting like I don't know my neighbors. Yeah. You can hire people to weed whack, but I go out and I do that myself. Like, because I pay someone to weed whack around the neighborhood. I'm not as good a neighbor as he is because he does it himself.
He doesn't think that you strap on a weed
He's
whacker,
got a fucking huge issue because he's, whatever.
Well,
rehab didn't pay as well as he thought it would. But They get their Omaha steaks, and that's why I am the third best philanthropist in Bisbee, according to the Bisbee Review and Sierra Vista Herald. Doug Stanhope is the third best philanthropist in Bisbee. I'll be right back with tales of going to the doctor during SoberOctober to try to find out how to be sober for a month without dying. Please hold. Mocktails. Oh, shit, Chaille, did you see the Bonfire? Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder? You just saw Dan Soder live up in Tucson.
Out in Tucson. It was great.
Yeah.
Tall guy.
Tall guy.
Well, he's usually always
You
sitting.
don't say that. This is good. I'm
down.
going to be brief with this. And you go just say very funny. You don't say tall guy.
Oh, he was great.
Hey.
He was great.
Hey, you saw this. All right. Big J, Dan Soder, the tall guy. They did like 3 years. They had a Sirius XM Comedy Central radio show, and now they're putting and I want to steal this idea. They're releasing their favorite clips for their very own Comedy Central podcast. We should do best of if we ever start. All right, let's steal their idea off the air. They figured, hey, it's our show. If it's going to be bootlegged, we might as well make it official. So download the best of the Bonfire wherever you find your podcasts. Apple Podcast or, I don't know. I don't find podcasts. You do. And then you send me a link. They had Nick Foles, they had Michael Chaille, Neil Brennan, they had Andrew Dice Clay on. So there's the best of, it's called The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder. I'm assuming all my listeners, they probably learned about me from Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder. So I'm probably telling you nothing, but if you don't know, don't look like an idiot in front of your friends. Come join Big J and Dan as they let you into the life of two stand-up comics with dad issues. Actually, a whole crew with dad issues, if I remember right. It's the best of the Bonfire.
Crackle, crackle.
Chaille, I am still waiting for my priceless pillow. My priceless pillow completes the nest. I don't think I've mentioned the nest yet on this podcast, but you'll hear about it later. I've built the nest, and it's what kept SoberOctober going, is the nest. And the missing article is Priceless Pillows. Priceless Pillows. I don't have it yet, but I've felt them.
Yeah.
I've touched them. I've made love at it with my hands. Have you ever been to a luxury hotel and slept on a pillow that was so snugly, cuddly, squeezably soft, and so amazingly comfortable that you never wanted to get out of bed, that you left a few 20s on the nightstand for it when you skipped out? That one pillow gave you the ultimate neck support and the reach round with no sagging. And was so smooth and comfy that you got your best night's sleep. We've stolen some of those pillows out of hotels. They notice and they charge you. I checked my credit. I go, well, that's an awkward charge from that. Oh, shit.
And
Bingo stole the pillow again.
And overcharged. They're just charging you for the regular pillow.
Yeah, I go, that's not a regular, like a room service amount of money. That's an even number.
And we usually leave one behind. Not that we're fooling anyone. We just don't want to travel with so many pillows.
Yeah, you don't steal them from that luxury hotel. Get them from Priceless Pillow. That's where half of these things come from anyway. Priceless Pillow is the mastery of the world's top pillow engineers, pillow designers, pillow craftsmen, pillow biters, and pillow material experts. Have you ever been on a plane and asked someone what they do and they go, oh, I'm a top pillow engineer? I have not either. But it is the most, I guess you'd make something up, because if you said that, it would lead to too many unwanted questions.
Like a foam engineer. Yeah. You wouldn't say a pillow.
Do you like down or foam or... Are you the ones on TV? Just say I sell Amway.
Always feathers. Always good. It can't be tinsel, huh? Something eco-friendly and sustainable.
Oh, this is, tinsel. This is,
I pre-read it.
Wow. You know so much about Priceless Pillows. Now, after some of these other reads, I think you're hoarding the Priceless Pillows. All right. It's softer, smoother, more cuddly than cotton and other fabrics. It's hypoallergenic. Because I have allergies. These pillows, the ones in the store-bought, they make me sneeze and I get snotty in my sinuses. Well, don't worry. They're hypoallergenic. Wicks water better than cotton. That's for you. Hey, booze shakes and booze sweats in Sober October. This will suck up a whole gallon of what your head is leaking as you stave off the pink elephants in that jug with the 3 X's in your dreams. More durable than cotton for easy machine washing and drying. Inner layer of superfine virgin gel fibers. They mimic down without the negative properties of down, like pulling that little chicken babies.
Oh, yeah.
Inner layer superfine virgin gel fibers. How can that not sound like a pre-read? You know what? I'm going to say inner layer superfine virgin gel fibers, and I'm going to make it sound natural. Like that's just what I was saying anyway. Hey, can I get one more cocktail? And do you have any of those pillows with the fucking inner layer superfine virgin gel fibers or peanuts or something?
Maybe you should just talk about how it mimics down without the negative properties of down.
The negative properties of down, which we've all been there. It's the downside of down.
It continuously holds their soft, fluffy shape and automatically adjusts to your head and neck, regardless of sleep position.
Even if you sleep like one of those 80s rappers who could spin on the cardboard on the top of his head, those break-in guys.
Yeah.
The B-boys.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, this you could electric Boogaloo all over a priceless pillow, and it's still going to hold its shape. It will not clump. I have a tramp stamp now that says will not clump right around my spine. Oh, God, I need this sponsor. So to complete your nest, log on to PricelessPillow.com and use the promo code Stanhope for 30% off your purchase.
30%!
And then when you've completed your nest with as many old dirty comforters and your priceless pillows, tweet me at Doug Stanhope. Send me pictures of your Priceless Pillows nest. Yeah, do that. Hashtag Priceless Pillows.
There you go.
There you go. See, I did that. I came up with that for you, Priceless Pillows. Yeah, I went to Big Lots right after sushi, and sushi always makes me have to poop. And I had to poop, and then I was skipping a lot of the rows.
And we're back.
All right, I'll get back to Best Buy and pooping.
Wait, before you start, I want to just tell you this. It's someone named Todd sent us a picture. I guess it's from a family market in China. But you remember how you used to talk about, I think you were in the UK, you're out of mixers, so you used yogurt and vodka?
That was Netherlands, or not Netherlands, Scandinavia, Norway or Sweden or something.
It was
Copenhagen.
What was it? Inside the
mini bar,
hospitality bar inside the thing. Well, they actually have. There's a picture here. Rio Light, 3% alcohol by volume, yogurt drink plus vodka. It's in a can.
Yeah, I remember the bit was, I think it was in Copenhagen was the bit. Whatever the bit was, like that's the only mixture you have is yogurt you stole from the fucking breakfast, continental breakfast. Whatever the bit was, it was a bit. I mean, that wasn't the point of the story.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of color in the setup to another bit. And, of course, I did it, and then I think, where was I playing? We were playing in Canada, one of those awful places in Canada, one of the many failed venues in Toronto, I think. Anyway, someone went out and bought yogurt after the show and made me a vodka and blueberry yogurt.
It was blueberry, because I was thinking that, and then you said it. So
yeah, I think Lumpy Sullivan was there. He might have even been the one that bought it for me, but I had to drink it because I did the bit, and it was really good. Vodka and yogurt, shit, yeah.
It's sugar.
Yeah.
It's not to like. Thanks, Todd, for sending that.
All right, here's it's day. I didn't do day one of Sober October, October 1st. I was still in Hawaii. This is our first update. Today is the 9th of October. This will come out on the 10th. You'll be listening to this on the Wednesday. It's Tuesday for us. We show no signs of breaking. but I did miss the first day. This is how Sober October went for me. First, I went to Hawaii, which we were going anyway to see her parents, and her sister were over there. And I go, all right, that leads right up to the first day of Sober October. It'll be a good wind down for 5 days. I'll be drinking, of course. I'm with her fucking parents and her sister. I'm not going to play, poo on your neighbor all night sober. It's a card game they play.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
They're
the last
sweet.
segment.
It's a lot of fun, but yeah, you still need maintenance drinking. So I drank nominally just up until I could possibly sleep, and then I'd sleep, and it rained, and I read books. I read some great books. Insane by goddamn Elisa Roth, I think is her name. Insane, The Criminalization of the Mentally Ill in America. Fucking fantastic book. And what else did I read, Bingo? Oh, I read L.A. What's the fucking name of it? It's the one Johnny just made the movie that they're not releasing.
I know.
God damn it. Labyrinth. With a capital L-A. Labyrinth. Labyrinth. It's the investigation into Tupac and Biggie Smalls murders and how they think the LAPD was complicit. Very good book. Can't remember who wrote it.
Good book?
Yeah.
But I thought Labyrinth was a movie with
Yeah,
David
no,
Bowie.
that's when you Google it, you're going to find all sorts of labyrinths. This one is put Labyrinth Tupac. You'll get it. That's a good one. Okay, so that's what I did. And then I realized my flight out of Hawaii is not till the night of the 1st. So I'm not flying sober on the 1st. My Sober October starts on the 2nd of October because of time zones. So this is how I've done. I've done fucking fantastically. I've had no problems. Except for the mania, the insomnia. But if you don't fight it, I've gotten so much shit done. I stay awake for 2 days.
Well, hold on. You are drinking maintenance drinks.
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I went to the doctor. I told Rogan, I'm going to the doctor. And I'm going to see, I've heard Ativan. I know you're going to send me a deluge of what I should be doing so I don't have seizures coming off. I counted how many drinks I drank on the 3 flights home from Hawaii. I had to go from whatever that island is, Kauai to Honolulu.
To Honolulu?
Yeah, then like a 2.5 hour layover there, then to LA, a 3.5 hour layover to Tucson. So in that 12 hours, I drank 18 drinks. They were free. And I was never really that drunk because it's, again, over 12 hours.
Yeah.
You sleep a few hours on the plane, wake up, have a free cocktail, get off. You're in the Sky Club, free cocktails. All right, I could bang out 3 doubles in 3 hours.
What was the layover in LA?
3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. So that.
Yeah.
Just to maintain sanity.
Yeah. You don't want to sleep in a Sky Club. I know, and that's
does that include any Jello shots? You do any Jello shots or whippets or anything?
Just normal drinking. Was never hammered. As opposed to where I probably have 15 drinks in a regular night without naps in between or flights. Sitting here at the FunHouse for a football Sunday, I'm sure I drink 15 drinks and I'm shit faced and I don't remember the night game. And that's a daily thing. So to go from that to nothing, I know that's dangerous. And everyone has take Ativan. You can't just quit cold turkey or, take Xanax or don't take Xanax or take this-a-pam or that-a-pam.
This-a-pam?
Yeah, everyone has a fucking thing.
That's the generic Ativan? This-a-pam?
So I try to get we have a little clinic just 2 blocks down, a little corner clinic that we go to for all of our medical care. And, we've gotten less than impressive diagnoses. I had one that old colonel guy. He's a retired Vietnam colonel, and he. It's when I thought I had a torn rotator cuff. It was just a shoulder that hurt for about 6 months, and it went away. But he goes, yeah, it's probably a rotator cuff. I have tore both of mine 20 years ago. I just live with it. Not much they can do.
Yeah, so now what's your problem?
He goes, look.
What are you complaining about?
You see these pro quarterbacks? They tear a rotator cuff. Sometimes it ends their career. And they have millions and millions of dollars and the best doctors in the world. What are they going to do for you? That was the same guy that said, oh, yeah, that's definitely a hernia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 hernias. I've lived with them for 20 years.
All of a sudden, you're comparing scars to Quint on the boat.
Yeah. So I call we have a really good, she's not even a doctor. She's a RN or LPN. She's the highest of the N's. She's the biggest N word. She's
Nancy?
And she's great, but I knew she'd probably be out of her league for this. So, again, the 9th was the closest I could get from my sober October. So I've been doing maintenance drinking, 2 drinks a day at night before I go to bed. And then, 0.5 Xanax, small dose of Xanax every 2 days. On the off days, chase it down with either Benadryl or over-the-counter sleepers, or not at all. Just fucking ride it out and let's clear out the crawl space. I'm going to alphabetize my pants.
Sounds like there's raccoons up in the upstairs in the compound, Tracey. Maybe I'll go take a look. It's Doug and Gump, and everything from the crawl space is out. It's like, it's 8 a.m.
Gump just walked in. Gump, we were telling him about how you were fucking with Inman, saying you got your Adderall on Amazon. I don't know if you had anything to add to that, but that's about it. Well, he did the heavy work clearing out the crawl space, but then we had to go through, an entire crawl space worth of shit and 7 runs to the thrift store and probably more to the dump. I see there's stuff for the dump in the back of that truck now. But yeah, we get shit done. We fucking all of the back of the FunHouse, the bar, found stuff we didn't. I found a thing of gummy rings, gummy peach rings, and I had all the other candy, and I put out little dishes of candy and snacks for football. You are a fan of the gummy. You need to wicked fan.
Sweet tooth, and that's one of the things.
Chocolate covered gummy bears, those are the best. Muddy bears. Yeah,
but that is one thing is that you are a fan of the gummy. I just want to make that.
Well, and for football, I'll set out little dishes. Of like some goldfish and peanuts and some candies and this and that and malted milk balls or raisins, whatever I have. And there was like 6 or 7, 8 gummy rings. So I put them out in a little dish, the perfect amount. The 3 that didn't fit, I ate those because it's a little tiny bag anyway. Who sells gummy rings at fucking 8 rings to a package? Oh, the weed store does. There goes my sober October. I just ate 3 gummy.
You ate 3?
I ate 3 of them, and I didn't even know till later on because I found some of the little licorice balls that come in the bridge mix, and no one eats the black licorice out of a bridge mix. So I was filling the eye of the gummy rings with a black little. It looked really cool. It looked like a sunflower with a little black hole sun in the middle, and I was fucking manic and I'm not drinking, so I'm playing with candy to make it more appetizing. And it was a couple hours later, that fucking Valenzuela there comes in and she goes, "Oh, you can't put those out. Those are weed. I bought those for Tracey." I go, "I ate 3 of those things." She goes, "How do you feel?" I go, I've been smiling for half an hour. I couldn't figure out why. But yeah, that's the first time I've done any kind of weed that did not affect me negatively. So I told her, next time you come down, bring me more of those weed rings.
I remember seeing the packaging too, because I didn't see it until you told me what had happened. But the packaging is like, it's all Rastafarian. It's like jamming rings or something. It's
With
It's
a clear
clearly-
hole in the cellophane where you see gummy peach rings.
Yes.
Who reads the fucking wrapper on gummy?
You know, we're hoping
You
that
see gummy fucking peach rings, and they're very apparent what they are. You don't, if you read a real package, it's not weed. It'll say like fat free on it,
Yeah.
like it's a nutritional thing. So you don't read that. I didn't read till afterwards how many milligrams of gummy. 10 milligram gummies. I still wouldn't have put it together. I'm not a weed guy. I wouldn't fucking recognize that. I recognize what I see in front of me. All right, quick break, and let's make it as quick as possible. My bookie, I took it in the shorts hard this week. So did Kenny. I had the Denver. I think it was a pick'em by kickoff. I got it Denver -2 at the Jets. The Jets suck shit. There's no way it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. But you know what? With my bookie, I can get it back. I can always get it back. That's right. MyBookie.ag. You want to have fun watching football? You have to have money on the game. It's not fun. Those weak ass flags for roughing the passer because he gave him a stern look. Well, yeah, that matters. You can't just be outraged if you have money on the game. Sure, it's a shitty call, but it's a shitty call that went your way, and MyBookie has your money waiting when you win. So my pick of the week this week is, I'm going to get back in there, Junior. I got a system. You're going to believe me. Packers. -9.5 Monday night at home against San Francisco. Packers are going to put it back together, and they are going to mop up San Francisco at home Monday night. Football weather, people.
Hey, don't forget, Doug, you can also bet on playoff baseball, hockey, primetime fights.
It's not just football. That's where, listen, there's sports where you can't watch the sport unless you have money on the game. Baseball, oh my God, it's drudgery. MyBookie.ag makes it come alive with money spilling in or out of your pants.
Hey, did you get you hit one of those parlays? Did you do one?
I have
last week?
not. I'm gonna start promoting my parlays. I've not done my wagering service just by doing a lock of the week. That's boring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some of my all good dogs go to heaven parlay money line parlays, and I'll tell you, you can bet like $1 on 3, 4, 5 underdogs on the money line in a parlay, and $1 bet can pay like $350, or if you're going real long shots, way more.
And that's not one game. You're like the whole weekend. You're like, oh, I'm up 3.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
you have like a handful of dollars. You just spent $6. You have 6 different underdog parlays. Like, okay, who's winning on that screen? Tell me, who's winning on that screen? You're the most annoying guy at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's why there's 5 screens in here.
Log on to MyBookie right now and double up your money. Use promo code Stanhope and you'll get your first deposit matched 100%. That's promo code Stanhope. MyBookie.ag. You play, you win, you get paid. I have still not watched Shank, but everyone's saying it's fucking hilarious. Chad Shank is doing the Twitch.
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/HD Fatty. This is how you can go to explain Twitch to him quickly.
You get to watch Chad because he's got a camera on him and a headset and a microphone, and he's talking as he's playing. So you're watching a heads up. You're watching his screen.
And you can play video games with him, against him sometimes.
I haven't done that. I subscribed because I got to listen to him, Prisoner Mike, and Jason Fury. We're telling him how to get through this game, and Chad kept dying. It was really funny because Chad's just drinking beers and playing this game, and he's trying to get through it, and people are commenting. And there's a
he says he's having a fucking blast
fun.
with it. He said because he like occasionally he'll respond to a tweet or a Facebook message, but he's actually like engaging with.
No, but you get
fans.
on there and you can message to everyone that's watching. So even if you're not talking, they're watching what's coming up on the thing. And then
all right, here, Chad couldn't be here. He was, but he sent me. He says, "You guys can find all the info on how to subscribe in his pinned tweet at HD Fatty, and on his Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/HD_Fatty, FATTY." And here's the thing. If you have Amazon Prime, you get to sign up for free for your first month. So go on, doesn't cost you a dime. If you don't have anything to do with video games, still go to Amazon Prime and subscribe through Amazon Prime, because that way HD Fatty gets paid and then you just don't re-up.
Yeah.
There you go. And so it doesn't cost you a dime to support the podcast and support Chad.
You get him riled up because you give him shit because they're reading what
even
you're
if you
typing.
don't like
It's fucking hilarious.
even if you only just hate Amazon. So go to Amazon Prime and subscribe to this and then don't re-up it. There's more beats here, but I'm going to wait till Chad is back. Chad had some shit to do last minute, so I'm going to wait till he's back on the podcast. And, but yeah, it's helping him out immensely that you're doing this. So we appreciate this more than anything. Please do that for us. And, let's get back to whatever the fuck I was talking about. Son of a bitch, get me a drink. Well, in a few weeks.
And then you got some good sleep out of it.
Yeah. I've had a couple nights where I got really good sleep. Last night I got 9 hours and I went fucking ballistic today. I went into the big city. It's the first time I've driven in a long time.
Shit, that's right.
Yeah, I used to not be able to drive or not trust myself enough to drive because I'd get the fucking booze shakes. Just going over a small bridge, I'd fucking tremble.
We were going over the Mississippi River.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
When you freaked out, and you were driving. So,
I actually emailed Dr. Drew shortly after that. He said, "Go see your doctor," which is what I did today. 9 days in, day 9 of Sober October, if you go by October's days, and I went down knowing that this is probably not gonna go anywhere. But I told I said, listen, I'm doing this Sober October, and I don't know if you're aware or if we talked about it, but I drink far too much to just stop drinking cold turkey. It's dangerous, as you know. I've been maintenance drinking. I told her about the Xanax and 2 drinks a night until I saw you, but I know people have said Ativan and other people say this and that, and she goes... immediately, this, no, it's not her. She says, well, the thing is, first of all, you shouldn't have Xanax and alcohol are very dangerous together. Oh my God. No, don't. And then there's places you can go that Ativan is one of the things, but we don't. She was weird because she said that they don't do that. They'll send me to a place that handles that kind of thing. They won't prescribe that because it's not that kind of facility. But at one point she said she would prescribe me some for the rest of the month. And then she goes, well, there's places you can go for like, you should be in not in-house, but inpatient. A facility where they can watch you to make sure. Like, all right, no. And then she's
Wrong
going,
doctor.
Then she's going, I go, well, I'm already, like, it's already 8 days in where it can't be more than a couple of weeks where you're out of that danger zone. Well, you still have some alcohol that you're taking and you might have, like, if I just kept drinking 2 drinks a night and then stopped doing that, I'd fucking have a seizure from not having my 2 drinks a night. And you
your
could
peach
tell,
rings.
you could hear the gears in her head grinding and then she goes to, no, it's not just 2 weeks. It could be maybe a year. People spend a lifetime battling this. I go, all right. You're talking AA things that you overheard. Oh no, it's a lifelong disease addiction. I know, it's a month. It's Sober October is what I'm doing here. Do you see this? She went to get the other lady. She goes, let me get the other lady that deals with, it's her,
Is she another N?
She's like the life coach.
Yeah, she works with the
Rah-rah.
social work kind of things. And first they came in and they gave me this form to fill out, and it said controlled substance abuse something waiver, and I'm like, I'm not signing this. And I go to leave. Where are you going? I go, I'm not signing this. I don't want this shit on my permanent record.
What?
Okay, you promised to fucking, it's just saying, okay, I'm a junkie and I promise I won't use any of your medicines the wrong way and we can share your records with anyone. And I just read a few of these and I go, sounds like bullshit to me. So she goes, well, can I tell Tanya you're leaving? I go, I'll wait to see her, but I'm not. It's obvious you are not, you have nothing.
She's going to get her manager to be a closer.
Well, Tanya comes back and the lady comes back and says, Tanya said this is the one you filled out last year. We just have to do it every year. And I go, oh, is that the one I need for my Xanax? She goes, yeah. I go, all right, never mind. Sign it. I didn't know I had to fill that out for Xanax, but I thought it was based on, I just told you that I fucking drink 15 drinks a night. And now I'm telling you how I have to be weaned off of that. No, I don't need to go to AA. This is detox. This is not, ugh. So then she sends in the social worker gal that Tracey goes to. And she...
Tracey, is this the one? Hold on a second. Is this the gal that you come back and go, man, I gotta change places because of her?
No, she's the one. My nurse practitioner is, and after he sees me, she sends in to talk to me about my situation. So she's the life coach of the place,
and she's sweet. She's both really sweet, but they both start going towards AA and rehab scenarios. Like, don't need rehab. So you're saying you have no symptoms of withdrawal? I go, no, not at all, except for happy mania. I'm getting a lot of shit done. I've never felt healthier. I know what people tell me. And I even dropped your name, Dr. Drew. I said, even Dr. Drew said, okay, with as much as you drink, you really should see a doctor. So I'm just doing that due diligence to say that I attempted to see a doctor. And I understand if you can't help me, I'm not going to an inpatient facility. She goes, I'm sorry that we don't have what you wanted. Like, I can't just give you Ativan. I go, I have friends that have Ativan. I don't need that. I just thought
I could get I'd call James Inman.
Yeah, no shit.
Ativan.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
I'll make Ativan here in 5 minutes.
I wanted to show up and say I did what you told me to do. And they wanted to send me to a fucking, here's a list of people you can reach out to when you decide it's time, if you decide it's time. Like I'm in denial.
Or like you were on the edge of a 10-story building ready to jump. You go, I'll just try the clinic one last time and see if I can get that Ativan. Otherwise, I'm just coming right back to the top here and jumping. But this is the thing where
it's their training. I understand that they don't live this life. They're trained to.
You use that word.
Oh yeah, I said the only thing I go. I have this. I feel fantastic physically. I've never felt better. I have this mania where I'm up for a day and a half or 2 days, but I get a lot of shit done. She said, have you been diagnosed with mental illness at all? And I go, no. She goes, I'm curious why you'd use that word mania. I go, well, insomnia and extra energy, that's mania. Well, it's just strange you'd use that word. I guess it's strange you have a patient with a vocabulary.
I get word of the day on my podcast. I'm sorry.
I felt really bad for him, but I did the right thing by not sitting him down and schooling them. Yeah. When they started to go into AA shit, you know how desperately I wanted to break out the vault of material and factual evidence, and just the same way you want to, berate a Jehovah's Witness that comes to your door with science and fact.
But you got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I can't. I got other things. You won't even. Were you holding out under the fact that maybe they just had to go through this before they gave you a script for Ativan?
Maybe she said she was new to the area, and so I talked to her on the way out when I was waiting to sign papers. And so you said you're new here to the clinic and you're moving down the street and small talk. And then Officer Bob Friendly's wife works there. She comes in, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? So I bet she's filling in the new girl on what the fuck is going on. Yeah, that's Doug Stanhope. he doesn't have a problem. He turned that problem into a career. You're working at the corner. You have a problem. All right, so yeah, just, what are your tips for Sober October? What do you
First
do
of all,
differently health wise?
Go
ahead.
I wanted to ask because I don't think we've talked about it. Smoking. What's the
not a cigarette? I had 2 that on the first before I left Hawaii. I had 3 full packs, and I'm not fucking throwing away 3 packs of Hawaii price cigarettes.
Since you've been on the mainland,
none. Not a thing.
Well, there you go.
Secondhand smoke at best.
Can you put your mouth close to the microphone?
Yeah.
And take 3 deep breaths and blow out. All right.
Impressive.
I'm surprised.
I'm a little snotty though.
Before you left for Hawaii, there was a rattle again.
Oh my God.
The rattle was happening.
That was the
again.
worst. Yeah, it takes about 3 days off the smokes for that to mostly go away. But not even. I had the 3 packs late in the afternoon before we left for the plane for the airport in Kauai. I smoked 2 of them and just threw them in my bag. So I have almost 3 packs of cigarettes sitting on the counter in there, untouched. Always quit smoking with smokes right in front of your face, so
that's
you know
right.
you
that
mean
was,
it.
That was what you did last year.
Yeah.
And who? There was someone else that said, "But if you want to do something, just it was it Bill Burr? It was like if you want something, you do it." Maybe it's not Bill Burr. Sorry,
I know. I was saying that. You go,
just-
hey, if you had a cigarette, that doesn't mean you.
Yeah.
All these
ruined.
fucking Sober October.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been tweeting here and again, but I'm not reading your replies because when I try to, it's 3 people before some fucking wiener. Oh, is it really sober if you're taking Xanax? Yeah, if it stops me from dying.
Yeah.
When you get pulled over for a fucking drinking and driving, hey, you were weaving in between lanes, but you're not drunk. They make you take a breathalyzer and you blow legal. You go, but it doesn't really count because I had an Adderall earlier. So I'm not really sober, officer. Yeah, I'm fucking sober. I have 2 drinks to fucking stop from having this an aneurysm and a Xanax. Yeah, that's sober. There's no party there. It's not teetotaler October. It's not Mormon Monday. I can have caffeine, you fuck. So that's why I don't read your fucking tweets, because that's a trigger for me.
Yeah.
Some shithead who I want to fight with, that makes me want a cigarette and a cocktail and another cocktail and another cigarette.
And 6 hours humped over a computer,
Yeah.
just pecking
Jabbing away like that fucking weighted, the woodpecker.
like the bird.
Yeah. The bird with the water in the ass. Wait, dink,
What,
dink.
are you having any caffeine at all?
I don't anyway. I drink a lot of green tea.
Yeah, which has caffeine.
Wake up, have my smoothie.
Yeah.
With a lot of vegetables, beets and asparagus and spinach, and then I drink V8 juice, and then I'll drink. I don't drink nearly enough water. I should be, but I pound my fucking vitamins with water, and then move
You're
on with my
getting
day.
the water with your tea and the smoothie and stuff like that. You're still getting.
Hey,
it.
here's one that I just started doing in the last 3 days. Is fucking mocktails. My usual cocktail, my go-to is vodka soda with a splash of grapefruit. So I'm just doing club soda, splash of grapefruit, and it's as far as whatever that word is, my vocabulary shot.
Mania.
No, it's a placebo. Placebo. It's a perfect placebo, and I can drink 10 of those just waiting to get hammered. Peripheral drinking.
Think you could do 18?
Well, the thing is, that's water. That's 3 cans of club soda. I built a nest. This is the best. This is what the key for me is: staying the fuck away from people, and people staying the fuck away from me. So I put, because as people been crashing here and everywhere, and Bingo's sister was here and she had that bedroom taken away. I just wanted a fucking bed in front of a TV with cable. So I moved the bed that I had pulled out of where we're remodeling. I put a bed in the middle of the fucking living room in the main house in front of the big TV, which otherwise you only use the living room for dogs The dogs stay in there. I put the bed right in front of the TV in there. I can lock both doors. No one comes in there. No one lives in there. Just me in front of the TV in a queen-size bed. I found 2 old comforters in the crawl space in one of those vacuum bags. I pulled those out, Febrezed them, and threw them in the dryer with some dryer sheets for about 10 minutes each. Get some of the stink and the dust out. Fucking threw those on top of the comforter it's 3 comforters thick. Today at Big Lots, when I went fucking manic, I went crazy. When I was up here cleaning the FunHouse bar and just going through every bottle and throwing I went to the Big Lots. I spent $256 at Big Lots.
Did you buy the Big Lots?
I bought fucking new nail polish. I bought cranberry juices. I bought fucking chips and snacks and another crock pot and a shaver and everything, including whatever the fuck I was just talking about. Oh, more blankets, more fuzzy blankets. I'm going to have that like 9. So I just sitting there with all my cable shit. I haven't tried Netflix yet. I don't know if it works, but I have a bunch of shit on my DVR and I just sitting there. So I'm either crazy working on dumb projects, mindless projects. If I had to work on like writing a script, try to think of a joke, I'd be right into that pack of cigarettes. But I'd have nothing to do but fucking stack pants or crawl into bed and stay there for fucking 15 hours and watch horrible movies.
I thought it was weird that for the past week and a half, you've been kind of bouncing around.
Ichabod.
The dog. You've been bouncing around, and you had those 2 mattresses like sitting up against the wall.
Yeah.
And the one bedroom there's nothing; it's open to the outside, and then the other one it just wasn't convenient, and you had everything. You had it all there, but it took like 10 days for you to realize, why don't I just kick these 2 mattresses down?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of shifting furniture. I'm so goddamn lazy most of the time. But then when I got energy, I go, hey, just shift this couch around, the fucking patio furniture I have in there for the dogs to sleep on because they ruin everything. I'm talking about you, you fucking monster. Yeah, I got it all set up perfectly, and to get a reading light. Like not the bedrooms, you couldn't read in those bedrooms. There's no light for that. So yeah, everything. Got my laptop. I got my reading light. I got my book, How to Change Your Mind. I'm just waiting to start that. It's about
the book you're reading.
Yeah, hallucinogens and microdosing and the history of hallucinogens and how. For therapeutic reasons, and I read the intro and I wanted to fucking trip so bad because it's been a long time since I've been a serious tripper of any kind. And just reading the intro, you're going, I gotta fucking.
What's it called?
How to Change Your Mind.
I usually put any books you refer to in the show notes.
And I know a lot of. I don't know if Kreischer, but that whole crew, the SoberOctober crew, I know a lot of people have talked about it. I think Walsh, I don't know if it's been mentioned a lot on Twitter. I don't know if it's people asking about it or recommending it. So you can tell by the intro, it's going to be good, but I don't know if I can do it here. I might have to go on holiday, walkabout. I gotta get I'll talk to you after, but I gotta get a recorder. They don't make those mini tape recorders like they used to, but
they have them, but
I'm gonna find one at Best Buy.
We've got them here from the road.
Okay,
that
good.
little one that I had from the road.
Yeah, I might just start driving, local, but
I think he tried to record you and Bingo and Roseanne. So we need to go through how to work it again because you fucked that up pretty royally.
Yeah, I need the simplest device.
This is one button, and you somehow you said, "All right, I'm going to start," and you turned it off.
If I could find a micro cassette recorder and micro cassettes that are working, I would go right back to that. It's perfect for me because I know how it works.
Yeah. So you were asking about. I went to WikiHow on. Decide how to quit smoking, or no, how to quit drinking alcohol. And I was curious if deciding to quit. This picture. This looks like you talking to your doctor, but that's the first thing is deciding to quit. And
deciding to quit.
I mean, it's not.
That's like saying, how do you take stitches out of a wound? First, you have to decide that you want the stitches out. As you're immediately, step one makes you're a fucking punk. This is a fucking. You know what? I'd rather suffer the emails from idiots to get one guy that has some kind of good advice. Doug@DougStanhope.com. If you've quit drinking like this, or you've been through, tell me the dosages and what medications you used, how often you did them. Because at the end of this, I smiled like I was pandering to a fucking retarded child with this social worker. Or whatever her name is. She was very nice, but at one point I knew that I know more about what I'm doing than she will ever know about it. And I go, yeah, I think I'm just going to do the DIY. Thanks very much, though. I'm sorry we let you down. You didn't. I just had to do this so I could say I did it before I did it myself anyway. Anyway, so yeah. What do you find after you decide to quit?
Talk to the doctor and deciding to quit. And then there's the change your attitude about quitting.
It doesn't say Ativan anywhere. It just says keep a stiff upper lip.
Here's another Doug, this is a really important one. I know we're joking around and stuff right now, but this is really important. Try to pick some significant day to quit.
It shows 9/11 on the alarm clock. Did you not notice that?
No, I didn't. I saw Wednesday. I stopped reading after that.
September 11th. Get rid of all bottles and cans.
But see, that goes against, you have a bar here and you have cigarettes, 3 packs of cigarettes in there. And I love that idea of like, if I can't walk into a bar and not drink when I've decided not to drink, then what fucking good is it? You're not a baby, you know? And the same with the cigarettes. And that was very successful last time with the cigarettes, I remember. What's this? Feel your feelings. Cry when you need to. Laugh when you can. Any crying yet?
I don't think I've cried at all. I mean, a lot of times I cry without having any emotion just because I never change my contact lenses. So in the morning, a lot of times tears will just roll down my face and I'm not crying, but it's just, I think it's like, you know, it's the same way your body will reject a foreign organ when you have a kidney transplant. Yeah, it's just tearing up, but I haven't.
Well, Home Alone, we've talked about it. Home Alone will make you cry, but
that's because it's a hangover. That's when your serotonin is spent on the night before, and you feel shame. And I haven't felt any of that shame.
All right, that's a good sign.
This is important. Number 7. Finally, on the wiki, how to do anything, how to quit drinking. Number 7, don't put yourself with people or in situations where you're likely to drink. For me, that meant don't hang around people that you have to be drunk to tolerate.
Oh,
And I realize how many of those people are in my life. I can't listen to your fucking wall of sound. I don't want to hear this fucking bloviation fucking. Yeah, no. If I haven't invited you, don't come over. If I haven't called you and asked you. This is why people have to go to fucking rehab. You can't just, you know what? I need to fucking just chill out for a while. I'm going to take a month and just chill out. I'm not really going to be around much. Well, he's talking about other people, not me. Yeah, I'm talking about you too. Are you a fucking person? Poke yourself in the chest. Is something thumping? That's a heartbeat. I don't want to be around it. It's annoying to me. Is that breath coming out? I don't like it. When I'm alone, I don't fucking even think about cigarettes. I don't think about alcohol. I do think about how many more days of this. I do think about that. It's not that simple. But yeah, and people go, yeah, he's just doing some goofy Sober October. No, I need to do Sober October so I can drive a car further than Safeway, so I can go more than 45 miles an hour without worrying if I'm going to get the booze shake so badly I'm going to have to pull into the fucking breakdown lane. Yeah, so it's kind of necessary. But people will not fucking give you that kind of leeway. They'll just come over anyway. He's doing some goofy thing. Yeah, sure, you're going to quit drinking. You have to go to fucking rehab before someone takes you seriously. You have to check into a long-term program. Sir, why don't you join us in group? Oh, I'm not here for your rehab. I'm here to get away from those fucking people that are in the FunHouse that don't take me seriously. Here, how much money do you need? I'm going to bring my nests from my house. I'm going to bring my 17 comforters. Do you have cable? Do you have red zone in this facility? Hey, Malibu passageways. Do you have a room with red zone? Because I just want to watch football and be fucking left alone. We did do football Sunday, and I did come out. I did hang out had a small group. We don't do football parties anymore, but the core of the old days of fun football when it didn't turn into just catering for fucking 12 hours. And I came out and hung out, and no one was really irritating. And I know that if I do get irritated or I feel like, fuck it, I'm going to just drink and smoke, I just go into my nest.
You got the nest.
I curl up.
The nest is right there.
Yeah, take 2 fucking Benadryls and curl up in the nest. Get a little snoozy, a little snuggly.
Well, this was a 2-parter on the WikiHow. If we go back to that, that was the end of part 1. Part 2 is understanding strategies for getting sober.
Strategies. Yeah, stay the fuck away from people.
This dovetails perfectly into what you were just talking about is not putting yourself into situations. And usually they're talking about don't be around liquor or don't be around
cigarettes. I associate cigarettes so heavily with work as far as writing, creativity, actually sitting down to, put a set together. But I'm retired. I can do that now.
Look at what it says right here. Number 1 under part 2, start by reducing your alcohol intake. I mean, you're kind of following this without knowing it.
Okay, all right. Well, now that we're cherry picking, this is what you do with your astrology. It says I like to travel. Yeah, it's so true. You just look at the things that apply to you.
No one understands you, but you know you're right. That's another one here. Oh, what's this? Eating? Oh, here it is. Have food before you drink. That's how to drink, not how to quit drinking.
Yeah.
Gonna be for both.
Drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water.
Oh my God, this is telling you how to be a good drunk.
Revise mocktails.
Mocktails.
All right.
Yeah. Don't try to explain quitting to people. Well,
don't try to explain quitting to people. You have to understand that what we're looking at on Wiki How to Do Anything, how to quit drinking alcohol, anytime you're reading what should be medical information and it's illustrated with poorly drawn cartoons, that's probably not a strong source for nose to the street advice.
It's kind of going along with what you've been talking about. Let's see. Don't try to explain. Okay, we did that. Make changes
do
to your
Goofus
routine.
and Gallant show up in this at some point? Make changes to your routine.
Which,
or don't.
you
I'm
talked
not
about
against
earlier
it.
about being manic. Not manic. You said you had kind of a mania. I do agree that the sleeping and then having your own schedule, I think, is important. So you don't have to. I mean, there's a luxury to that because of what you, and to a lesser point, me having to be home and to be able to work from home and stuff like that works, because if I go to sleep and I only have a couple hours of sleep, I get up and then when I get tired again, I fall back asleep. And I think that's one thing that really helps.
At first I was trying to, I've been up for way too long. I'm still awake, but one time I took a Seroquel. I had gone to bed at 6 o'clock at night and woke up it was earlier. I'd slept for 3 hours in the morning. I couldn't get to sleep till 7 in the morning and woke up at 10.
Yeah.
And then I'm just doing projects till 6 at night. Hey, fuck this. I'm going to do my 2 maintenance cocktails and take a Seroquel and sleep for 16 hours because those will knock your dick in the dirt if you're tired already.
Yeah.
But if you're not, I slept for 4 hours and then I was awake but too sluggish to do anything. So it's just miserable. I'm manic, but I've drugged myself. So I'm just sitting there in this pathetic curse. So now I just, if I'm manic, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Get more shit out of the crawl space. Let's tie my shoes together.
Okay, we got that one already. Don't give up on yourself. Doug, don't give up on yourself.
Yeah,
Are you reading it? You're trying
I'm
to
reading
pick it
it.
apart?
Many people will find excuses like, I've been drinking for so long, it probably won't make any difference. I've tried so many times, I just can't do it. Quitting justifies itself. All right, so yeah, don't give up. This is so fucking dumb. Don't let guilt consume you. You know what? If you drank properly during your drinking career, you forgot all the things that you should feel guilty about. Not an issue.
So it was a thing where you just didn't drink enough when you were drinking?
Oh my God. I see that in the faces of any celebrity or any person that, that was back in my drinking days. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it almost, if I was like some elected official or about to get elected, if this shit was about to come down on me publicly, I would keep drinking in the public eye sloppily until all that shit came out, because then I could just go spend 90 days in a fucking rehab and just go, hey, you know what? That was back in my drinking days. I was a different person back then. You got that. It's like playing that one card, the get out of jail free card that you go, hey, I did a lot of crazy shit back then when I was drinking, but I wish I could still be there, but all this shit came out publicly, and I
had to play the card.
Yeah, I had to turn in that chip. Utilizing
this is part
coping
3. I don't know if you wanna go
strategies,
through
blah
all
blah.
this.
No, that's enough. Listen, how to quit drinking? Don't drink. And to make it easier, don't do things that make you want to drink more. Smoking, that's a motherfucker. Because I know I'll start drinking again. Hopefully not to levels. Because it get to a place where like I was getting the booze shakes and that. And then, I gotta taper off. I gotta settle down. And then you like go to check your email at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm trying to fucking type, and my hands are like all over fucking Michael J. Fox and the keyboard, and I go, fuck it, I need 4 drinks just to fucking get the shakes but then you're drinking. So I'll have 4 more, and then I'll have 4 more, and then, hey, baseball's on. Playoffs. And you never catch that good opportunity, but then someone provides it. Bert Kreischer, you're a savior to alcoholics everywhere. Because I go, yeah, this is my moment. I have 30 days. I have nothing to do with those 30 days. I have no obligations. No one I need to see. No place to be. And now I can drive a car again. My lungs don't gurgle like a fucking Maxwell House coffee maker commercial.
Percolator.
And I feel good. And the crawl space cleared out. The FunHouse bar is fucking wiped down for the first time in 3 years.
Pretty good.
John Taffer was here. He smiled. Our sales are up 10% after 6 weeks. Chip, the manager, is still fired. All right. Thank you guys for listening. That was after a week of a full week plus of SoberOctober, and I'll see you out there. Yeah, send me your recipes for how to avoid seizures during a detox, and don't give me some shit. If you did it yourself, if you went through it, don't tell me what you looked up on the internet. I can do that. I have a lot of free time.
Personal experience.
Yeah, and don't think I'll think that you're right. But yeah, email me. I'm not reading fucking tweets because it'll make me crazy and it'll make me want to punch you in the fucking head.
And if you have questions for the podcast, anyone on the podcast, send it to stanhopepodcast@gmail.com.
See you next week.
Take it away. Every day the same thing. Variety. I want something different. Fix me Hassenpfeffer right away. Hassenpfeffer? Yes, your gracious royal majesty. Hassenpfeffer coming right up. Yes, sir. Hassenpfeffer? What's Hassenpfeffer? Your most honorable, majestic majesty, graciousness. Did you say Hassenpfeffer? Yes, Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer. Continuously hold their soft, fluffy shape and automatically adjust to your head and neck regardless of sleep position. And these proprietary? Did you really need to send me proprietary in a pillow fucking ad? Come on. They will not clump.
Guaranteed no beaks.